This week, I'm going to talk about the joy, the impact, and the benefits that come from being a relentless encourager. Oh, and for those of you who may not be an overtly expressive person, I'll show you how becoming an encourager doesn't change your personality. It's easier than you think, and it makes you more confident and successful in everything that you do. This is your morning boost. Let's go. Before we get rolling, I want to thank our sponsor, Victory Consulting, which I happen to be president and founder of. And what we do is we build high-performing teams, leaders, presenters, and salespeople. To find out more, visit victoryconsulting.com. Little Joe.
A 2016 study published in Psychology Today found that giving support is part of a feedback loop that makes giving social support rewarding to the giver, not just the receiver. This is a generous biological design that is probably key to our survival and well-being as a species.
Check out the intellectual chops on Little Joe. Last month in Cambridge, Maryland, I was sitting in front of my mother-in-law's house where hundreds of runners were hustling by halfway through the marathon portion of an Ironman. And by the way, for those of you who don't know what a full Ironman involves, it's a 2.4 mile swim followed by a 112 mile bike ride, but there's more. Then you have to run a 26.2 mile marathon. And while these dedicated athletes were doing their thing, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my wife, and my kids, we rang cowbells, we played up-tempo music, and if we yelled it once, we yelled it 500 times. Great job! You look fantastic! Keep it up! You should really be proud of yourself. Way to be! Keep going! Keep going! You got this! And you know what was really cool is my sister-in-law drew Hopscotch along the street. No less than 200 athletes actually hopped their way through, and we rang the cowbells twice as loud. It gave us so much joy to cheer these people on. They were working so hard. It's an unbelievably intense competition, yet I'm not sure who actually enjoyed it more, us cheering them on or them accomplishing that, because over 100 people actually said, thank you. One guy actually stopped and he said, you guys are the heroes for playing this music and cheering us on. William James, the godfather of psychology, said, the deepest human desire is the craving to be appreciated. As a high school basketball coach, John Wooden created a thank you rule for his players. Every time a player scored, he was required to acknowledge the person on the team who'd assisted. Of course, some of the players thought this was a silly rule that would take too much time away from the game, but Wooden explained to his team that a simple gesture, like a nod, a thumbs up, or a wink, would take them less than a second. Wooden believed that if you didn't show your appreciation to others, they'd have no way of knowing their contributions were recognized. And without recognition, people start to pull back from performing and from cooperating with others. It's a key element of teamwork and success. Whether it be cheering somebody on for completing a 6-hour Ironman or thanking someone for serving you, no effort is too small to be recognized and appreciated. Hey, if you like this video, please consider subscribing, smash that like button, and really, please share with others because the world does need more encouragement.